Welcome back to Dawn Patrol. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Chelsea Cannell, and I am here with our Deputy Commissioner, Travis Logie. Travis, you have been checking out conditions all morning long. We were wondering how they were going to look today, and you've had a look. So what's it going to be?
Yeah, the swell's dropped and the onshore's still howling, and it's pretty much the worst day of the waiting period so far, so we definitely won't be having any surfing today. We'll check back tomorrow. The next couple of days look a lot more promising, so yeah, we'll check back early tomorrow morning.
All right, so you heard that, Joe. It is the worst day of the waiting period, according to Travis, so we are off. But the good news is we have a special guest on the desk. We've been waiting for him all morning, so I'm going to let you take it away.
Oh, yeah, he was here bright and early, as we'd like to introduce two-time U.S. Open champ, longtime CT competitor, the California kid, Brett Simpson.
Hi, guys.
Yeah,
how are you?
Thanks for coming on, Brett. How's your trip been so far?
Yeah, it's good. You know, it's definitely gotten a lot better, making some heats here. And, yeah, it's been a long one. I did the Azores and Cascais and then France and here. So it's been about 2 months, and luckily had the family. Been going good, and you know, trying to finish it off with a bang.
Really cool. I was thinking about how you started this contest. You had some pretty heavy clashes out of the gates, especially round one. Joel Parkinson, Italo Ferreira, and especially when Parka opened up with a 9.5. How did you come back in that one?
Yeah, that heat, luckily when he got that first wave, I was able to counter really quick. I just took off on the next wave and kind of hucked in air, and then was able to finish. And I think I got an 8, so I kind of covered the spread real quick right there. And then just from then on, it was hoping that I got a backup that was maybe 2 points better than his score. So, and it wasn't easy by any means out there. So I was giving myself the chance, and yeah, no, I was stoked. That was obviously a big heat because anytime Joel finds a wave like that early, it kind of clamps you down. So, and Italo, I think, also only needed like maybe a 7-8 point range because he had an 8 as well. So, and it's funny, all 3 of us are in the quarters now. So that was a pretty cool heat.
I thought your post-heat interview was really cool because you mentioned how, you know what, I'm going to go out there and be more aggressive than normal and just lay it all out there. And obviously, it helped you surf with more confidence. And talk us about that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that heat, I felt like maybe a little bit more free, but then the heat versus Slater, I actually surfed a really good heat, and he gave me a hard time about being like a Brazilian sitting on him. So I thought that's pretty funny. You know, the guy's won 300 freaking heats, and he's giving me a hard time. So
I was a little rich.
That kind of really irked me even more. But I guess it's a compliment. You know, he's kind of got under his skin, and you know, that's part of the game. I'm trying to win heats. He's obviously the greatest ever. So yeah, I just rolled with it, and kind of gave me some fire into the next few heats to do well, and yeah, just keep going.
Traditionally, you do pretty well at the back end of the year, so I was thinking, wow, maybe Brett, when his back is up against the wall, that's where you compete with more aggression. Is that fair?
Pressure guy. No, I don't know. I do enjoy that. I enjoy like having a goal. Like maybe that's something I've lacked. You know, I've lacked kind of setting a goal for myself, and so now I have this goal that I can achieve, and I see it. You know, so and it's a big shot, but I mean, that's part of sports, professional. Like maybe there's been things that you know, I didn't set high enough for myself. Like I obviously was very stoked to make the tour, and then this is my 6th year, and I've been kind of just dwindling around. So it's been frustrating, but also, I mean, to be on this tour, especially now, like this year and the last few years, I feel like I've been the hardest I've ever been at any point. So to be kind of in the realm, and I know like I can compete with all the guys, you know, it's just obviously we always say finding that consistency, but that's really what it is. And
well, Brett, it's exciting to see you back in the quarterfinals. We know it's been a few years since you've made it this far in a contest, and we look at your matchup, and it's Frederico Moraes, who's been a bit of a giant killer, putting 9s at every round, taking out Fanning, upsetting the world title race. Have you given that heat a lot of thought, and what's your take on Frederico surfing?
Yeah, no, he's been precise this whole event. Obviously, I want to say he won his first round heat.
That's right, with a 9.
With a 9, yeah, and then with versus Adriano and Kolohe, that both were like they both had huge scores. So, yeah, and then he went and surfed really good against Mick. You know, I thought Mick's kind of 8 something, maybe was on a little lower side, but that's part of it. I mean, and then after that, he won his 3-man heat versus Nat and Joel. So yeah, he's been on a roll, but I obviously feel like I've been on tour for 6 years, have that kind of how it works a little bit more. I know he's got a good camp on his side, but yeah, I feel like I've got to say I have the advantage. He's obviously beat Mick this event, but I beat Kelly, so we both have something going on.
Huge role, Brett, in this contest, taking out Kelly in your first quarterfinal since 2011 against wildcard Federico Moraes. Can we hang on to you for another segment?
Yeah.
Got some questions about claims for Brett
yeah.
Simpson. That's coming up next. We'll see you then. Bon dia and welcome to Dawn Patrol here at the Mosh Rip Curl Pro, stop number 10 of the Samsung Galaxy Championship Tour. Contest called off for the day. Next call will be tomorrow. But I still have Ross Williams, Brett Simpson on the desk. It's always interesting talking about claims. Yesterday we had a heated discussion with Potts and Strider going back and forth. Let's now get caught up on the claim conversation with tour notes back on the Goldie. Brett had a big opinion about claiming waves.
6 or 7 or even an 8, you're actually counterproductive. They're going to score you half a point less. If you're going to claim, it better be something sick.
It's the no claim.
You don't do it if you think it's a 4-5 to get a 5. You do it if you think it's a 5-5 and you've already got it and you're like, yeah, I got it. Not like, give it to me.
Next one. Who does that one? Kelly.
You do these before you come out of the barrel. He tries to get 3 inches taller. He's trying to get up here.
I think a good time for me to claim it is when you landed a huge air, full rotation. And a bad time is when you're needing a 6 and you do a small wave and nothing special and you claim it just to get the score.
I got heart. The Brazilians like that one, the heart, And I like claims when you're you feel like you done something sick, not just I claimed it to get that score. Plain and simple.
Love that claim. I think you used that, Brett, in round 1, heat number 8.
I actually did. I did. Well, see, when sometimes you can't. Your blood's flowing, your adrenaline, you do things that, see right here, look at me.
There it is.
I was doing it, baby. Hey, the Brazilians are doing good. I'm actually making some heat, so we'll take it.
That was a solid one. Getting the win there. Are claims okay? Any heat? What's your take on it?
I mean,
Doesn't matter what the
obviously
score is.
if you're running, you're running off adrenaline, if you need a score, and that I needed somewhere in the high 7 range, and I got an 8.1 or something, so I'll vouch that was kind of legal. But other than that, I mean, you do see a lot of guy needs a 3.9 and he's just he's throwing it there, but it's just kind of do you really need to do it? It's debatable. We all want to get the score, but it's up to what the 5 guys up there think, and I think it's not that great if you're claiming to get a 3.9 or something, but hey, making a heat, you could end up in the final and you're telling everyone else, screw you, I'm in the final. So I don't know. That one's I like it. I enjoy it. You know, I think it's good to see guys fired up. So.
Well, I mean, there's definitely a clear distinction between claiming an amazing wave
For sure.
and then someone trying to maybe milk some extra points.
Yeah.
When is it not okay? I mean, because obviously there's waves that are under a 4-point ride, but if it's the heat closer, then who cares?
Yeah.
You're claiming that you made the
For
heat.
sure.
But a lot of times we've been seeing now guys claim 4s and 5s in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's not okay. I don't agree with kind of. I mean, we're out there doing our deal, but it's like you're surfing like, I don't know, that was a couple foam climbs. I don't know, but you have a lot of, we all have adrenaline, you know, and so I just like this score right here was really debatable. I remember watching this with Jadson and versus Miguel, and he needed in the 3 range or a 4 range, and he ended up just getting it. So you had mixed emotions between the surfers in the contest site, like no, yes. Miguel's wave was obviously, like, his best wave was better. It was a battle of a 3, I think. So
we looked at that score, Brett. That was a 377. I kind of want to put you on the spot here. If you could name guys of the top 34 that claim the most, who are you thinking of on tour?
Worst offenders.
Yeah.
Worst offenders. Well, frick. I mean, Gabriel, it's part of my friends. Gabriel does it a lot, but he's posting 10s. Like, the guy's a freak. So, and even as well as Philippe, like, they're doing stuff that no one else is doing.
Yeah.
So, and they're doing it heat after heat. So it's kind of like you can't blame them. They're
Well,
helicopter boys.
There's so much influence. You guys are, you know, everyone's watching. So that's the thing. It's starting to bleed over. We're seeing kids now do it in many events where they're mimicking some of the claims.
Yaden Nickel posted that claim, and then I saw you guys doing it, and that was hilarious. The kid's like, the wave closes out on him. He's like, darn it. It's too good to see.
So to iron it out, if it's like about a 3 or a 4, you don't want to see it happen.
I think that score should be ripped off the board, even if you need it at the end. Because that, like, I think the end of a heat, I mean, obviously matters, and you have all this emotion and pressure, and if a guy does need a small score, so much is on the line, and obviously he's going to throw his hands up like I got it, but I hope I don't do it.
It's fun to talk about.
Well, you're on fire into the quarterfinals here at the Montreal Pro, Brett. Best of luck, best
Thanks,
of waves
guys.
in this
Yeah,
contest. On the road to
Appreciate it.
re-qualify for next season. Enjoy the rest of your day, wherever it might be, and enjoy WorldSurfLeague.com. We'll be back here bright and early at 7 a.m. local time here on Dawn Patrol. We'll see you then.